Parents of blind and deaf kids are fighting for more specialized education and access to resources.
The Nevada Legislature is talking about how to make that happen. Fox 5's Cassie Milnerick talked to parents who say the state needs to do more to help their kids.
Well, let me introduce you to Martha. She's just 4 years old and she was born with CHARGE syndrome. Her mom tells me it caused significant hearing loss and blindness in her right eye. She's in a special classroom learning with kids like her, but programs like this are limited, and that's why her mom is supporting Senate Bill 203.
Ba, ba, where's your voice? Ba, ba, ba.
In this classroom, 4-year-old Martha learns how to count, spell, sign, and use her voice.
What's your name? My
name, Martha.
Good job.
Hearing aid, and each year blind in her right eye. Martha was diagnosed with CHARGE syndrome soon after she was born. Her mom says it's been tough.
Because a typically developing child, they listen and listen and listen. They only get it when they're tolerating their hearing aids, when their hearing aids are functioning properly. And then cut that in half for Martha, who only really sees maybe 75% of what's going on directly in front of her.
Specialized schooling helps, but it's one of only a handful of programs for the state. Senate Bill 203 would change that. If approved, it would use money from the state's general fund. Nevada would expand its education and recreation programs for deaf and blind kids. Those programs would be provided by the school district, school, or any other person or entity.
They need special consideration.
The bill would also help low-income families afford hearing aids, which families say are a huge expense. Beth has 2 kids who wear hearing aids, which cost her about $3,000 per pair.
There's a lot of expenses that go along with hearing aids, with batteries, with ear molds, with maintenance, with co-pays. It adds up.
The bill would also allow the state to keep track of the number of families in need of these resources and programs, which would open the door to a public school for kids who are blind, visually impaired, deaf, or hard of hearing.
Having appropriate schooling and education by people that are sufficiently trained is huge, and letting families have that option of a deaf school or their neighborhood zoned school or even a self-contained room through the school district makes a big difference to be able to give those families the choice.
Yeah, and if approved, the bill would also create an advisory committee for these programs and resources. It would be made up of 13 members who are parents of blind and deaf children. Live in the studio, Cassie Milnerick, Fox 5 News, Local, Las Vegas.